All right, let's get right down to it. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? Let me know in the chat right now if you can hear me loud and clear. Say something in the chat. I seen what happened. The volume was down. That's what happened. The volume was down, y'all. So, this individual is pushing fear once again, as suspected. If y'all follow this individual, all individuals like that particular person, you asking yourself for trouble. You asking yourself for trouble. I'm telling you right now, this individual, just like individuals like him, will be get a nice wake up call real soon, a serious wake up call. That's why you gotta let them tell on themselves. Let them tell on themselves of what they really about, and you must separate from people like that. You have to separate from people like that. People like that want to see you down and out. People like that don't have a righteous, moral standpoint in life. And I'm so glad that the Most High has separated me from individuals like that. Allowed me to be the one to let the other brethren see what's going on. And now they output in life is getting greater and greater and greater. They see the big thing that I've been seeing also for a long time. So I thank the Most High for that, more importantly. So let's get to this individual. This individual recently did a live stream, lying to the public, going with the narrative, with what other people are saying, pushing fear, pushing doubt, inciting people to do something that they have no business of doing. Let it all come out, and we will get the answer. The thing also is that I'm going to talk about that with this particular individual later on tonight. So make sure you hit the like button on your way in. How you doing, man? All right, now. Make sure you hit the like button on your way in for that video. It's going to be a doozy. You're going to learn something from that case of the Edomite savage that is doing 55 years for a case and 80 years for unaliving a photographer. So when you hear what's going on with that, it's connected to the Anthony case in a long call. And see, what's happening right now in the South, particularly Texas and Georgia and Tennessee and North Carolina and South Carolina, y'all got to get rid of that drill music. Get rid of the drill music. Get rid of the drill music and get rid of all these savages, Edomite drill music type of folks, because they're causing problems. And once they get situated with these migrant criminals and deities, they're going to start focusing on what's going on in the South. The North has already sold their marbles to Satan, okay? The northern states, for the most part. That doesn't mean everybody in the northern states is evil. You get my drift? Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to shut down a lot of things. And when they do, these savages, these Edomites, it's going to try to start a war with other ethnicities and with us, because that's what Edomites do when they don't get their way. They are pushing fear. If you don't like what's going on here, there's a plane going out every day. Nobody's stopping you from getting on the plane and go to these other countries and try to do what you do here and see what happens. See how far you go. Y'all talk tough in America, right? Y'all talk this tough talk. You can't talk that tough talk in other countries. You're going to have to learn how to move correctly. And that's not to say you're a punk, because I know a lot of you that watch me ain't no punk. They punks. They like to bully people. And so when they get called out, they want to say you harassing them. They want to get your channel taken away. Because when you speak this truth, these ninjas get out of pocket. They get out of control. This Zesty content creator has an issue with Ringo, obsessed with Ringo, to the point that he created a doll. That's warlock and witchcraft. Listen, if y'all don't see the sign of him being a warlock, I don't know what else to tell you. And he's casting people who is not thinking clearly, unemotionally intelligent to see the big picture. And this is the reason why it has to be a crackdown on these Edomites. They on the list, believe it, they on the list. They on the list. So don't get too caught up with them. Don't have associations with them, because when I play this content that I have, nobody else have. Now, Anton spoke on this particular individual earlier today. I'm going to give him his credit. Yeah, I got receipts of videos nobody got of this individual. I'm not talking about Carmelo. I'm talking about that Savage AK-47 out there in San Antonio. I got footage, exclusive footage, that nobody has pointed out on the internet with that Savage. And so when I play it, you're going to see what I'm talking about. And what it's going to lead to the Carmelo situation. Because look at the timing. Everything's timing, right? Texas is cleaning up house now because they see Florida is cleaning the house. Now, it's interesting because DeSantis just did a live out there in Orlando. If I'm not Orlando, he out there in Fort Myers right now. And he going in on these Ibarasi conservatives. And one thing he said that's so true, the other states is following suit. I told y'all this. Now, the governor Abbott is following suit and getting with DeSantis. Even the governor of Louisiana and Tennessee and North Carolina and South Carolina and Georgia are taking notes down here. How you doing, man? And so they're going to start cleaning up house, because right now in Miami, they ain't playing that garbage music. That mayor down there in Miami, they ain't want them entities, them savages in Miami. Now they don't want them savages in Fort Lauderdale, Daytona. They're about to clean up. They're not playing. So other states are starting to follow suit. They're starting to see that it's working. And watch what happens. You're going to see a cleanup in Texas too. Yeah, because there's a lot of ninjas in Texas. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of ninjas in Texas. It's a lot of ninjas in Georgia, a lot of ninjas in North Carolina, South Carolina. And, you know, you have ninjas in Florida, particularly in the Panhandle. Yet, like where I'm at in Miami and Jacksonville and the other cities, Tampa, they clean up the west side of Florida too. Yeah. They cleaning up the west side of Florida too. Listen, it's more savages in these other states combined compared to Florida. And now everybody's starting to see, you know what? We don't need these savages wrecking our community and other people's community. People getting tired of these ninjas, man. And these ninja content creators too. So what I'm going to do is play a little bit of this clip of this Brokey, this Zesty, what fear he's pushing. And so make sure y'all tune into tonight. And shout out to Forever Studio for supporting the Cash App. Appreciate the support, fam. So that means now I could do the content early. So I could switch the time because I had some stuff I had to do. That's why I pushed it late. Now that I got the support, I'll be able to get something done a lot quicker. So appreciate that, man. Appreciate that for real, Forever Studio. So I could push the content a lot earlier. Yep. I'll be there. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, about 30 minutes early. Somewhere around 7:45. So I'm gonna push the time to 7:45, maybe 8 o'clock. It all depends on how things go when I leave. Let me do this real quick. Let's get to the clip. What Nubreed said. How you doing? Okay, let's get to it. Give me 1 second.
What type of men is going to defend themselves if they have to defend themselves? And what kind of men are going to cower and bow to white supremacy? See, I don't want to harm nobody, but I will stand my ground. I would teach my sons the same thing. No, you keep your hands to yourself, but if somebody put their hands on you, you got to do what you got to do.
You hear this hypocrite? Do you hear this hypocrite, y'all? Let me rewind it back a little bit. We're going to hear this hypocrite again. Listen.
On your side, because let me tell y'all, when the purge people come through with their Confederate flags and they ready to wage war, ladies, y'all got to ask yourself, what type of men is going to fight if they have to fight? What type of men is going to defend themselves if they have to defend themselves? And what kind of men are going to cower and bow to white supremacy? See, I don't want to harm nobody, but I will stand my ground. I would teach my sons the same thing. Don't you keep your hands to yourself, but if somebody put their hands on you, you got to do what you got to do to make sure you make it home.
Y'all see the fear he's pushing? You see the fear he's pushing? He's not thinking logical. That's an emotional wreck, Edomite. If you listen to that type of content, you putting not only yourself in danger, you putting everybody around you in danger. You got to learn how to do things on point. See, over here, what I would suggest is if somebody is trying to get at you, make sure you got your recording ready. No, regardless who it is, you got your recording ready, right? So if anything gets out of pocket, you have your information, and that could be used and save you and everybody around you more time, because video evidence is key. And I always tell y'all to have more than one phone. Get you a second phone, get you a third phone, have different phones for different reasons. Yeah, the bill may be a little bit high, yet if you're smart, people tend to think twice when they see you have a phone or two or three. They know you're about your business. You know what I'm saying? Because what the average person have? One phone. Okay, what if that phone don't work? Then what? You're not think. See, that's what I'm saying. This individual could barely pay one phone, let alone two phones. He don't know what to do. See, smart people always have their phone. They have other things that you don't know about ready just in case. And that will save you, the people around you, and you will get out of that situation as long as you're in the right. See, what he's telling you is if somebody touch you, unalive them. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. If y'all follow these Edomite YouTubers, I'm telling you, you're going to lose your house, your wife, your kids. If you by yourself, then nobody coming to see you. Is these individuals going to come see you in the penitentiary? No. Let's go.
To your family. You got to make sure you make it home to your family. Because in these days, I'm going to just tell you like this. People don't fight no more. People don't want to fight no more. They're not like we were growing up. You got to keep your hands to yourself, or you're gonna get packed up out here in this day and age.
Yeah, you should take that what you said to your own, because no man in his right mind is going to come to another man, especially in front of his family, and not do what he needs to do. See, you're not you're not making clear sense of what you're talking about, dude. Yo, this guy's gone, y'all. Anyway, let's go.
But if it ever gets to the point where the men have to secure their environment, y'all gotta look at who's gonna cower, who's gonna be a snitch and a rat and say, hey, these guys is out there defending their neighborhood, and who's gonna be down.
You ain't defending your neighborhood, so quit talking about defending neighborhoods. Your own neighborhood don't want you there. They want you out of that Section 8 place. You don't even have no say in that place. So let's go.
To defend their territory. Because there's going to be a day and an age where you're going to see them purge people with the Confederate flags on, with the hockey mask on. And these guys,
The ones that got the mask on is the one that's talking right now. Have y'all noticed all he thinks about is doom and gloom, war, every single day? That's all he thinks about. Doom and gloom, war, and being parasitic. All right? Give me 1 second, y'all. Y'all give me 2 minutes, all right? 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on your way in. Give me 2 minutes. Got to take care of something real quick. 2 minutes. All right, mic check, mic check, mic check. Can y'all hear me? Mic check, mic check. How you doing? Trending with Sharice is in the building. We got the fine ladies coming through all the time. She's one of the fine ladies, respect to her husband. She's definitely one of the fine ladies in the building. Yeah, yeah. For sure, for sure. A lot of fine ladies come by our channel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the ladies holding it down with their husbands, or if you're a lady to yourself for the time being and you handling your business. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yeah. So let's continue to listen to this demon. Okay? You leaving? You leaving now?
Yeah, they won't let us in.
They want to let you in?
Yeah, she's.
What she say?
Oh no, we just have to talk to her before we can go in. So.
Okay.
Just wait right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought I muted the thing. I did mute it towards the end. So, yeah. So, let's continue to hear it. Here we go.
With the hockey mask on, and these guys are going to be taking blocks over. And when they taking blocks over, you got to ask yourself, what group of men are going to come together and secure the perimeter?
Listen.
Uh,
All right. How you doing, man?
all right, man.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right.
I'm gonna be pulling my truck up here, picking all up here. So
All right. Sounds good. All right. See you in a bit. Listen. Listen. Gentlemen, if you follow a man that's been under a woman's roof since the age of 18 to currently 39 years old, he has not have anything in his name at all. Do you think he has the answers of what to do? See, people that don't talk about these things know what they need to do. The more you hear individuals like him or people like him talking about survival and have this, have that, they're insecure. Let me tell you why they're insecure. I had a very successful man told me this a long time ago in the days of Wall Street when I was in New York. He said, Rollo, 3 things that a lot of men don't have that you have. I said, what do you mean? Men have a family, men have ways of getting down to business and learn how to work together. He said, that's the common thing. He said, you have the observing skills, you know how to interact, and you know how to bring people together without any conflict, even if they have disagreements. I never forget him telling me this. This is a very successful man, a multimillionaire in Wall Street telling me this. This is what he told me about me. Now, the people that met me will probably tell you the same thing. They say, man, this guy's observant, boom, 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 this and that. He's articulated. He know how to bring people together for the right reasons. And if anything goes down, he will make sure everybody see what is going on. I have a way of doing that. He said that's more important. And this guy is talking about things that he's not ready for. He's not ready for. So if y'all like something like that and okay of what he's saying, that says a lot about you, that you're not ready for what's to come. This is not a time to be pointing at, race. Whoever's in the wrong is in the wrong, regardless of the race. And see, people that are very successful get that. People that's not successful or successful and not successful in the mind don't get it. You get what I'm saying? And so they'll say, Rollo, you is a sellout, this and that. If you knew the people I talk to, and I mean talk to, whether it be the first time or I see them regularly, they will laugh at half of the things this dude is saying. They will say, how does he get a following? How does he get a following? He has no clue of how the world really works. He has no clue. This is a baby, y'all, in a grown man's body. This guy is a grown man, have a baby mentality, an evil baby mentality, not a upright. You get what I'm saying? He has no social skills. He has no great interaction. He doesn't know how to get people together. He really doesn't know how to have fun. He doesn't know how to celebrate greatness. All they like to do is tear down things that make sense. He's an Ibarazzi, Demarazzi, Zesty, and the men that are with him are like that too. So without further ado, let's continue to hear this nonsense.
Who is going to meet them halfway to make sure they don't come nowhere near our radius? Who is going to stand up? That's the question, you guys, because what we're getting right now is a microcosm of things that can come. Now, I'm not saying that it will be a race war, but I'm saying that a case like this is going to be bigger than the OJ trial. This is going to be one of the biggest trials in history.
This dude said this is going to be the biggest trial in history. He's so exaggerated with this. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. How's it going? All right now. Okay, y'all. I'm back. Can y'all hear me? And so what I want to tell y'all is this, right? Before we continue to listen to this miserable dude who sits and watch everybody 24/7 because he can't go nowhere. He don't have the provisions. He don't have the providing. He could get all the views and still be miserable, right? Because there's no truth in this dude. Shout out to Show Shower for the support. All right, he said that's towards the GoFundMe. I appreciate that, Show Shower, so I will add that towards the GoFundMe. Shout out to you. Appreciate the support. Yeah, I got to write that down when I get back to the place. Yeah, so all I can tell you is this, right? Men that know what's going on, they know what they need to do, and they're not even talking about it. The people that talk about it don't even have what they're talking about. Let me say that again. The people are talking about it don't have what they're talking about. And guys that I know that don't talk about it have it. Like Ringo, Brainwaves, myself, others I talk with on the phone, I could tell they got certain things prepared. And they're not making excuses. And they're not on that type of time. They know what they have to do, right? The dude is talking nervous. He talking reckless. And so when they end up back at his crib again, the sheriffs, you notice he was like paranoid. He was over drinking, losing his mind, right? Drinking that cheap liquor. because he don't have what it takes to do what he's telling other people to do. You get what I'm saying? You got to watch out for these over exaggerated, over it's sinful ladies. Ladies, you know why most ladies may give these dudes babies and because they feel sorry for them. I'm gonna keep it real. The women that get with dudes like that, or Red Supreme, or any of these dudes on the internet, they feel sorry for those men. See, with me or Ringo or Brainwaves, you got to come correct. You got to come correct. There's no playing around. You get what I'm saying? So the women know who to play with and who they could get over with, and will still watch us on a low low and wish they was with us. That's how crazy it is, right? That's why even men that's married have respect for me. You know why men that are married have respect for me? Because they know I have what it takes and how women speak on behalf of me respectfully, right? I'm not trying to get with no man's wife. When you see wives don't have respect for certain men in this space, the men take heed because it's like, what could you say to a person that really see the things that you see? You can't really say too much. You're just gonna have to acknowledge it, even if you can't stand them, or supposedly say you can't stand them. And so, what's happening is these guys admire us. They just mad we're not dealing with them because they low vibrational. There's nothing you can learn from this character. We gave these people the benefit of the doubt at one time, and we no longer deal with them, and they upset because now they're being exposed. The Most High is exposing them. Whenever we leave certain things, everything goes down from here on out for these people. Let's continue.
And this is the reason why you gotta get rid of the Sambos, the raccoons, the knuckle dragging imbeciles who glorify white supremacy. This is the reason why you gotta shun them from the community. They are.
So he said that you have to shun us because we deal with other ethnicities and we have to shun them. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. If you think that's going to work on us or anybody y'all consider that, you have another thing coming. Did you know the people you calling that name is the reason why he's still alive? Uh-oh. 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 Do you know the reason why a lot of you degenerates is still alive because of us? Sure, the Most High have the final say. I'm not saying that. The Most High have the final say. What's going on, man? Okay, can y'all hear me? Put a 5 in the chat if you can hear me. Give me 1 second. I'm back. 1 second. Think about what I'm saying. These people are not thinking clearly. They have no comprehension. They just going along, get along, and they just bringing nonsense to the conversation. How you doing? I don't know yet. So yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Don't mind the person, The person said they don't know me. It happens. They know who I am. Everybody's going through some things. I can't tell you what type of work I do. I'm always being presented to the people, even if they, going through some things. Anyway, all I can tell you is this, right? You have to pay attention, ladies. You have to pay attention to what man you may end up having a family with in this 2025 season and beyond. Because I'm telling you, when you hear this case that I'm going to play today, it's going to resonate with a lot of people. And these demons, they're going to get pissed. I mean, they're going to get pissed while I'm out to play, because I'm trying to get to play it. I have the receipt. I give him credit for breaking the case down on his big channel. Yet, I got a receipt that not Officer Tatum, nobody has this receipt on the internet. Nobody. And when you hear this, it's like you're going to get everything I talk about, you're going to hear it from this particular person. And I'm going to give you an analysis. The person said this: when you out there in this world, be mindful and cognizant of who you give your time to. And when that person said that, I said, oh, that's the Lord let me know. Everything I done said on this internet, the person said the same thing. I said, wow. And the individual that's doing that time, they ain't had no shame because he's an Edomite. Yo, these Edomites, right? Hear what I'm saying. Even the other quote-unquote racist people, right? They have more clarity of what they're doing than these black devils. Would y'all agree with that? Even if the other ethnicities have their racist way about them, right? They have more clarity to own up to what they do than these black devils do. Can we agree with that? How you doing, sir? All right? Good, good. Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. The black devil will make excuse after excuse after excuse to why he do what he do. When these other people do wrong things, they own people get at them. This is the lie you be hearing. When other entities do crime, oh, they back up their criminals. The percentage tell us, I deal with facts. The percentage tell us that so-called blacks defend different evil statistics than other cultures do. That's a fact. That's not emotioning. That's not in my feelings. That's a fact. Because see, when you're around different ethnicities and you have conversations with them, they say, nah, we don't back up evil. People assume we back up evil because the media portrayed that way. I say, you know what? That's true. That's true. When we see when we see these savages do evil, right? When we see these savages do evil, guess who defends them? So-called black people. They defend more than other ethnicities do. And you know what they're gonna say? Rollo is a liar. Rollo is a liar. And the crazy thing about the situation in New York, right? Governor DeSantis said what he said. I didn't agree with that. At the same time, when we look at these situations now of these savages in the South, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So let's continue to listen to this because my phone needs to be charged. So let's get back to listening to the Savage. This imbecile, Nubreed. Let's go.
This is the reason why you gotta shun them from the community. They are marked. They are ops. And, you gotta pay attention to these bigots and racists too. Because they're telling on themselves right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, a lot of people are exposing who they are right now. All you gotta do is be paying attention. They're telling you who they are.
He's telling you who he is. That's that reverse psychology. He's telling you who he is. So did y'all hear that? Let me rewind that back a little bit. Listen to what he said. He's telling you who he is. Listen.
Because they're telling on themselves right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, a lot of people are exposing who they are right now. All you gotta do is be paying attention. They're telling you who they are. They're letting you know what type of time they're on. They're letting you know that they're not for their own people. And they're letting you know that they are cowards. All you gotta do is observe.
Hold on a second. He said that we cowards. Yo, at this point, these people be on one, man. Anyway, let's go. I'm laughing at him of what he's saying because I know that we not. We just speaking truth and they mad. Let's go.
Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who are talking crazy. There's one content creator, which I won't say the person's name. This person was basking in Carmelo being arrested, but he took it a step further. And he was basically fantasizing about Carmelo Anthony getting raped in jail.
Oh, he's lying. He's lying. He's lying. Yo, this dude is lying. And that's at the 13-minute and 57. 13-minute. We're going to rewind it back. At the 13-minute, 50 seconds. If you go to the 13-minute and 50 seconds, you're going to hear him lying on Ringo. He's lying on Ringo, y'all. Listen.
Carmelo being arrested, but he took it a step further. And he was basically fantasizing about Carmelo Anthony getting raped in jail.
That's a lie.
I could not believe what I was hearing.
That's a lie.
He was fantasizing about Carmelo losing his manhood in jail. We talking about this is supposed to be a black man that was doing this. And
that's a lie. Say the name. Say the name, liar. Yo, another lie. Another lie.
It shows you the lack of empathy, the lack of compassion, the hatred for these people who act like us, but they're not us. It shows you the lack of compassion that these sickos have in our communities. But
No, y'all protecting the sickos and the perverts and men abusing women and doing all types of things to children. Y'all protecting those people because you happen to be around that crowd. This individual we talking about. Let's go.
they want to portray themselves to be for the people. That's crazy, man. Somebody said, instead of punching your own brother when you're not looking, talk to that man with no animosity, just gain clarity. I'm not sure what that means, but um, Carmelo was approached first, and he stood his ground. And Carmelo walked out of that jail, and the bond was reduced for a reason. The reason why the bond was reduced because there was no video footage of him breaking any law. And the more details and the more evidence that the judge gets in discovery, the more she sees that he's not a threat to the public. So everybody calling him a thug, calling him this, calling him that. The more evidence that comes out in discovery proves that Carmelo is not these things. He is not no threat. And so she let him out. And
You know, what I get out of this situation is that criminals have a way of manipulating. I was told by a lady who dealt with a criminal back in the day, right? And she said criminals have a way of getting a woman to believe them. How many of you seen the movie No Good Deed? Put a 5 in the chat. How many of you seen the movie No Good Deed? Put a 5 in the chat. Where you had Idris, you had Tyree P. Henson, and you had her husband at the time with the babies. How you doing, man? All right, take care. Right? In that movie, the criminal was finding out that her husband was no good, right? Her husband, Tyree P. husband was no good. He was messing with the criminal's woman. Nubreed is into that, y'all. Nubreed is into messing with other people's affairs. He's no different than D. Dowell. And I'm wondering why D. Dowell haven't covered this case. D. Dowell been quiet about this. Dirty Low Dowell been quiet about this case. You see where I'm going with this, y'all? You got to watch out for men like this because he's the guy that will have children and mess with another criminal. You know, her husband was a criminal. He wasn't innocent, and he didn't care if his children or Terry B. Henson get unalive. He wanted that to happen. Yo, you got dudes. You got dudes that defend other dudes to unalive their family. Y'all getting what I'm saying? You get where I'm going with this, right? Yeah, he did. He did. That's no surprise. Criminals of criminals. Yo, be careful with people like this, man. Let's go.
honestly, it was his first charge. In a stand your ground state, he screamed self-defense. He should have got out on his own recognizance. Technically. So for all you bigots and racists who upset with the judge, attacking the judge, you know, really, really, she was fair about the situation. Because she really could have got him out on his own recognizance. And see, that's what people don't understand.
Ain't nobody threatening the judge. Ain't nobody threatening the judge. That's a lie. That's the narrative that these Edomites is pushing. Nobody threatening the judge. And you know that's an Ibarasi, some of these Ibarasi news stations is pushing the narrative. Ain't nobody threatening the judge. And come to find out, you know, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Yo, look, What they're trying to do is get black folks with money. I want you to listen now. Black folks with money, don't invest in this. Don't invest in this, meaning don't invest in criminals. You get what I'm saying? Invest in people that want to see your children do well, your family do well. That's who you invest in. From here on out, new broke, you're not one of us. You never been one of us. You don't take care of your own family. You have no right to talk about nefarious affairs when your own household is not good. Have a good one, sir. All right. How's it going? All right. Good to hear. Enjoying the weather like you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It, right?
Absolutely.
Longer in the shade.
I know that's right. I was just talking to the deputy sheriff and the Orlando police. That's who I was talking to. Y'all heard him, right? I was just talking to the deputy sheriff that's going in, and then I'm talking to the Orlando police. People be thinking it's a game, man. They know about my channel. They know. Listen, the high-end deputy mayor or the deputy sheriff know about my channel. They watch my channel. They know about my channel. They know who I am. They know about my family. They know about my cousin that's in Congress. They know all that. They do all their background check. You can't get into what I'm doing and not get around important people. That's why I have to mute sometimes. But I wanted y'all to hear that. How much respect we have for each other. So y'all get the drift now, right? But you know what they're going to say? Oh, Rollo's a coon. He's a sellout. You know. Man, I'm not somebody to play with, man. I'm not somebody to play with. I'm not your ordinary type of guy. You know? How you doing? All right now.
So it's gonna go bye-bye. It's gonna go bye-bye.
Enjoy the breeze now. You get to enjoy the breeze now.
I'm locked up for 3 days, yeah.
Yeah, you be good though. You be good though. Yeah, so like, how you doing life with the Jones family? Good to see you. Listen, these people don't have no reason to talk. This individual, he's not a family man. You know what I'm saying? New Broke is not a family man. He don't take care of the women he dealt with in the past. And he definitely not taking care of the current one. She don't want to hear that nonsense. You think she want to hear that nonsense every day? Let me ask you ladies this question. I want y'all to be real with me, as y'all always been real with me. Let me ask you ladies this question. Do you want to hear your man sound defeated every day? You know, me and this Gentile was talking, right? Me and him was talking. And we was talking about, you know, the flaw of the situation, the cases and all that, right? And I was saying to him, I said, look, man, let me ask you this question. He said, sure. I said, as a man, are you going to call authorities to take care of certain situations? He's like, hell no. I'm going to take care of it. And then we get to that time. And he was saying it in a way like this, right? New Broke and all these individuals will call the cops on you. Me, I know how to deal with things accordingly. And that's why I have a lot of respect from law enforcement, because I know how to handle certain situations without escalating. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to harass you if you're not moving correct. Why would they harass you for? So what you got to understand, ladies, do you want to be around a man that's going to bring problems to you? Or you want to be around a man that's peaceful, that's boring to you? Let me tell you ladies, something. I'm going to keep it real with you. Because a lot of ladies get, they don't like a man that's quiet because they deem that's boring, or a man that likes to have fun. Do you know how much problems you will not have being with a man like that? I want y'all to seriously think about what I'm saying. Because if you get with guys like New Broke, Red Supreme, or Dirty Low Dower, or dudes like that, your life will not ever be the same. You're gonna be aging. You're gonna be aging, and you're going to not have a respectful life as a woman. Thank you, Trenton with Sharice, for this $10 super sticker. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate you supporting the platform. Yo, I had an officer tell me that. He said, "Man, you be doing your thing in the community." He said, "Ever since you've been in the community, everything's been good. Even the people that stay with me. Even the people that stay with me isn't. They like, yo, man, yo, thank you, Rollo, man, for the opportunity, man. You know, let me get back on my feet, man. I appreciate that, man. You know, I appreciate you putting in the word for me, man. Thank you so much, man." You know what I'm saying? So why would ladies want a dude that's always uptight? Yo, ladies, don't listen. The boring dudes be giving you the best sex. I'm being respectful to the wives. You know, you fellas that's married to your wives that watch my channel. I'm keeping it real. The boring dudes be the most excited man in the bedroom. That's facts. Yo, that's facts. Dudes that act tough, quote unquote gangsters, don't provide no romanticy in the bedroom. That's why women, yo, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm very respectful. And even dudes that are married even told me, yo, man, you the real deal, man. You know, my wife said, man, you got it going on. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Salute. I say, man, take care of your wife. I be telling them dudes, I say, dude, stop hanging around bums. Hang around dudes like me and watch you get your wife more happy. And that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, man. Yo, brothers love hanging out with me because I get the women in a good mood, in a great spirit. Yo, I had a brother, right? He was married to his woman for a minute. So he invited me to an event. Yo, I told him, I said, look, tell your lady, put on some purple chandelier for you. Get that nice wine. I told him what wine he needed to get. I said, yo, don't hang out with ninjas no more. Yo, cut them ninjas off. Because your wife is gonna leave you if you hang around bums. He was like, how you know that? I said, dude, because the way we talking, your wife is watching how we connect. And he was like, oh shit. And his wife was like, yo, you better listen to him. I've been watching Rollo for a minute. He know what he talking about. So he listened to me, and everything since then, he been having the best experience with his wife. He said, why you ain't married? I said, because I was married. It's just that she couldn't control me. That's all. I was dealing with women who was trying to control me. Because they know that if other women start picking up on what I'm in, they don't want to deal with that competition. That's what it was. So I don't have issues with, listen, there's ladies at the site that's married, and I'll be telling their husbands what they need to do. Because I'm trying to get them not to be, looking at me in the way, like, how can I say this? if I was the Rollo of old, which a lot of women want me to be for whatever reason, I don't know why, because I'm not trying to be that person. I learned, I repented of my old ways. I did the adultery thing back in 2008. I told the Most High, I came out and said it on the air, I cleared the air. I'm like, yo, I told the dude at the site, I said, yo, your lady is looking at me lustfully. I think you need to do this to get her off of me lustfully, man. I'm not trying to do that. And he probably got other women. That's not my business. It's just a simple fact that women, the women that have bored men, be having the best time with their husband. That's why they don't want to get. That's why they don't want to see their husband with these crazy bras out here. You get what I'm saying? Smart women, smart women. Make sure your husband get with somebody that's similar to you. Not no crazy woman that don't know how to keep her mouth shut. Ooh, man. Oh, man. See, that's why they upset with me, man. That's why they call us coons. Yo, tell me why the coons have the best looking women in the world. Hey, what's up, Brainwaves? Brainwaves. Tell us why the coons have the most sexiest women in the world. You know what I noticed? I'm going to say it. Why is the coon so-called black man have the best looking woman in the world, whether it's a sister or not? These ninjas have disgusting, below average women. Us boring men be getting the finest women in the world. No cap. No cap. So I'm glad to be a coon and a boring man. Yo, Brainwaves, I accepted it, man. This boring man, this boring man be having fine women sitting right in front of his face. Like, you could take me anytime. Shoot, you could listen, you could take me, you could put me in the balcony, you could put me on the sofa, you could put me out in the behind a tree, all types of stuff, man. No. Yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, that's why I have to be mindful, man, because anytime I like put a touch on a woman, you know what I'm saying, that may have interest in me, she go crazy, man. She go crazy, man. She lose her mind. These brokies, they don't have that type of situation. So to all the boring men, keep your head up. You got the finest woman coming to you. They wish they had what you had, man. And that's why I'm saying, like, when I go to Atlanta, like I was in Dallas, oh my goodness. I just had a sister in Miami hit me up. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 minute, y'all. Give me 1 minute. All right, can y'all hear me? Yeah, that's why they stuck. They stay stuck in life. Exactly. What's going on, man?
What up?
All right. Yeah, that's why they stay stuck in life. You right. They do. So, like I was saying, and so think about what I'm saying. To all my boring fellas, we got the baddies. They love talking to us on the phone. They love linking up with us. They have different desires about us. And when women listen to dudes like Nubreed, it's only evil women that listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, evil women only listen to Nubreed, Red Supreme, and all these other characters. Like, for real. Like, they're not even on your level, ladies. The ones who's married, the ones who are not married. Like, I could honestly say, without a shadow, all right, take it easy. Without a shadow of a doubt, that we have the finest women on YouTube. And not, don't get me wrong, there's other guys do too. I'm talking about in this particular area that we know of. And I appreciate you fine sisters that's with your husbands, taking care of your business with him. Or you fine sisters that just chilling to yourself and you make the decision of what man you're going to choose in the near future that's on point. Keep that going, and you're going to get what you deserve. You get what I'm saying? We're going to do a powerful, masterful skit, me and Brainwaves, with that top 10. Don't feel left out if we don't mention your name, because it's so many. We're just going to do a tough 10. That doesn't mean the other ones ain't fine. Just know we're doing a skit of truth. And what that's going to do is bring a lot of y'all to talk about it. That's the most important thing, to talk about it. You get what I'm saying? And so we don't want you to feel left out if your name ain't mentioned. All right? Because see, hold on one second, y'all. Let me see. Let me show y'all what. Give me 1 second. Because what you want to understand is this, right? We're doing it to bring attention and awareness to all the fine sisters or Gentile women who's fine themselves. To know, we know y'all go through a lot too. We want to bring awareness because, see, a lot of you fine sisters, y'all deal with a lot of jealousy too. Just like us boring guys deal with jealousy, a lot of you fine sisters deal with jealousy, and it's hard to find other women who's on point. Just like for us fellas, that's the point of awareness. So don't think because we don't mention your name that you ain't fine. So I'm just giving y'all an idea. We have the finest women that watch our platform. We appreciate it because they support, they bring awareness to our channels, and a lot of you guys see it. And a lot of you brothers that they consider boring, we interact with one another. So let's keep winning, all right? So I'm going to see y'all over by Ringo TV Reactions. He's on right now, and I need this phone to charge. So I'm done talking about this dusty brokey. So, hey, thank y'all for liking the video. Thank y'all for supporting via Cash App, Super Chat, or Vimo. Brown royalty to the people. I'll see y'all later on. We the business.